Hey, welcome back. I wanted today to share with you about ink. In particular, if you're a notary, you have your stamp and you need to ink it every once in a while. Now, I'm going to show you this. This is from the NNA. It doesn't matter what kind of stamp you have. If you purchase it off of Amazon or wherever you get your stamp, whatever company you get it from, you're going, after you use it for so long, it's going to need to be re-inked. With this particular stamp, this is a Trodent stamp. It comes with these removable pads. You can purchase replacement pads, and my stamp's from the NNA, so you can get those from the NNA. I'm not getting paid by the NNA to tell you this. I'm just telling you they have it. If wherever you buy your stamps, you're going to want to get the replacement pad if it's a self-inking stamp. So I've gotten a couple of these, and what happens is when it gets worn out, you take out a new one of these, pop it in, and you're good to go. You don't throw away the old one. What you do is you purchase ink that you can re-ink this stamp. And what's important and what people don't know is re-inking. You can re-ink, but it's not designed to, I'm at a signing, my ink is low or my stamp needs to be re-inked. I'm going to put ink on there, and you have your ink right here. So this is specifically for Trodent. And you put it on there and you're good to go. You don't want to do that. Do not do that. It's designed, when you re-ink these pads, you re-ink them, and you have to wait at least 24 hours for the ink to sink in and get into your pad and be nice, okay? And work nice. You always use the correct ink type. So I have a Trodent stamp. You get Trodent ink, okay? You cannot just use any old ink, okay? Because I have this other ink right here, Maxi Light. I don't know what I got this. This ink I purchased for a specific stamp, probably in my last commission. I don't remember what it is, but the reason why you don't want to get the wrong ink or get the right ink for the stamp that you're using is because these inks are created differently. Some might be oil based, some might be water based. You don't want to mix those. Oil, water, don't mix, those kind of things. So that's the reason why you want to make sure you get the right ink for the right stamp. Now, if you have a stamp that I don't have all the stamp types here, so this is the main stamp type I use. But there are the ones that you can take off the like you don't have the pad, you just take off the top of it, and then they have a couple holes in there for you to drop a couple drops of ink in there. Those type of stamps, don't even waste your time re-inking those stamps. Those don't work. It's actually better to throw those away and get a new stamp. Okay, so if you have that style where you take it off and you put little ink drops in there, it doesn't work well. Okay, and the reason why I'm telling you that is because I have experience with that. Being from the point of sale industry or cash register industry, they gave little ink bottles like this to re-ink the stamp. It never worked. It would actually make the stamp worse. It would operate worse after you put ink on it than a brand new stamp. So we would always recommend people, hey, just buy a new stamp. You know, it was like, I think they were like $20 or whatever they cost. Pay $20, you get a stamp, and it will go for another, 3-4 years, and then you get another stamp instead of playing with the ink, getting messy and all that kind of thing. So that's why I wanted to share with you re-inking. If you have the kind I have, which is a Trident or similar, you can get get these pads, get a couple of these, and just ink them and put them in your desk when you're ready to go, or you need a new one. Take it out, put it in your stamp, take the old one, re-ink it, put it back in your desk, and then you're on that cycle. So then you don't have a problem. Now you can ink these too much. You can put too much ink on these pads. And what will happen is if you do, okay, and how you ink it on these pads is you run a layer of ink on it, and then you put it in your desk, okay? Then you try it out, see if it works. If you need more ink, you can put another layer of ink on it. But you don't want to keep dumping ink into the pad, because if it gets oversaturated, what will happen is your letters will fill up with ink, and then it will be like you can't read it. There was a notary. I got somebody came over, they wanted me to do an apostille for them, and it was notarized by another notary, and I couldn't even read the stamp, the information. Like there was a stamp there, but I couldn't even read the lady's number, name, whatever, because it was saturated. It was just all the letters weren't formed properly. It was just a blob. So I had to I offered to re-notarize the document for the person, so that there weren't any rejections at the Secretary of State. But this is why you don't want to put too much ink on your stamp, okay? So just keep that in mind. Do one coat of ink on your pad, let it sit for 24 hours, try it out if you want to try it out. If it's not to your satisfaction, you can put another layer on there, wait 24 hours, and then try it out again. But the key is on these pads, you need to wait 24 hours or longer, just so that the ink has time to settle into the pad, okay? Because you don't want to ink it and then you're like, okay, I'm good to go, pop it in there, and you're stamping right away on documents that need to go to the title company or lender or the Secretary of State, wherever, and your stamp is not clear. Okay, that's the reason why you want to wait the 24 hours, so that the ink settles into the pad and then you're good to go. Okay, I hope that was helpful. I know it's a bit long, but hey, I just wanted to do a video on that, because I know it's important to keep your stamp nice, clear, and inked up. So with that, have a great day, everyone.